Still for an undetermined time after that concussion she suffered over the weekend.
And that's a big out right there for Clary, because a lot of people have had trouble getting Coffee out.
Aaron Ardwin switches over from right field to left field. Deja Williams takes over in right field, and the loss of Falterman is just huge for this team, hitting .432, leading the Cajuns in hitting.
Yeah, leading the Cajuns in hitting, but coming up in big situations and driving in RBIs to keep the game, send the game into extra innings the other night.
J.Lo Lassiter, the center fielder, hitting .340 on the year, 1 homer, 21 runs batted in.
Lassiter, a transfer from Ole Miss. Last year, LSU could not get her out in their series with Ole Miss, and once she got into the portal, Beth Torina jumped on her quick. Jumped on her quick. She had lost the center fielder, and you're right. If you can't beat them, get them to join you.
1-1 outside as Savannah White tried to frame it up for plate umpire Johnny Paz. Wasn't buying it.
And of course, it's no secret the bugaboo for the Cajun pitchers is to throw strikes. Work ahead, stay ahead, don't lose your head.
2-1 pitch, tapped foul outside third baseline. Sam Rowe almost made the play in foul ground. There's a look at Beth Torina, the head coach for the Tigers.
Good job.
She's been at this park at 2 different schools.
Absolutely, yeah. She kind of knows what it's like to play in front of this crowd before she was wearing purple.
2-2 is up high, and now we're full. And I'll be honest, I don't even remember what color Florida International wore.
You know. You're right.
I don't remember. I blocked it out of my memory. Was it some kind of blue? I'm sure it was something.
The Cajuns had in Baton Rouge.
Tigers scored 6 runs in the bottom of the first inning in that game 2 weeks ago. But here's one that can provide runs in a hurry. Tori Edwards is off to a blazing start power-wise. 11 homers, 44 runs batted in.
Dan, we have 2 of the premier first basemen in college softball, both freshmen.
Both of them freshmen.
Just phenomenal players.
And besides, I just like saying Flower Mound, Texas.
Flower Mound. Both of these young ladies, I mean, they pack a punch, and they can hit.
1-0 pitch, misses outside. Clary obviously trying to work her just outside the zone. And I've been racking my brain. There was a member of the Cajun baseball team not that long ago that was from Flower Mound, Texas, and I cannot remember. Third start. She is 2-0 with a 2.80 ERA, but it's only thrown 15 innings all year.
Yeah, she hadn't thrown much for the Tigers. She is a redshirt, as you said. She was at McNeese, was fabulous at McNeese, probably all Southland Conference pitcher. She has a very good change that kind of just drops off the table. She's got a good screw to righties and lefties, and of course she has a ton of experience, and as you said, has thrown in this ballpark before.
Maddie Hayden will lead things off for Louisiana and takes the first pitch fastball in for call strike 1. Vallejo this year, 15 innings. She's given up 15 hits, 6 runs. She's only walked 2, struck out 8.
Got Berzon, the 2-time All-American. You've got Heavner, who pitched against the Cajuns in Baton Rouge, and not a lot of innings to spare sometimes for Vallejo and Clopton and Casanova. That rounds out the bullpen.
1-1 pitch, misses away. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Hayden, hitting .365 on the year, 10 runs batted in. Starting at center field and at the top of the lineup for the 31st straight game this year. Tries to get the bunt down, bunts through it, and counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Younger sister, a former Cajun 4 times All Sun Belt pick and 1-time All-American, Haley Hayden.
And what does she hold the record for? Run score?
I believe it is run scored. As the 2-2's fouled back, it'll remain 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I was surprised at the record of Tiffany Clark still holding the record for the most hits.
Well, now, she was pretty good.
I know she was good. She's in the Hall of Fame, but
exactly.
I'm surprised that it's lasted this long, but she was good. She's on a cruise right now, and otherwise I'm sure she would just be blowing up my phone.
Haley Hayden still holds the school record for runs scored in a career.
That's
251. Tiffany Clark holds the record So one gone for Cecilia Vasquez.
I love the
junior
music.
Shortstop.
I love her walk-up music.
Big cut and a miss at a breaking ball. And while we have a chance, right after this pitch, 0-1 misses outside. Say hello to Cece's dad, Enrique, sports broadcaster, serves as the Spanish play-by-play voice of the Houston Texans. He's called a couple of Super Bowls, also worked for the Oilers, the Cowboys, and the Chicago Bears. So hopefully he's watching and hopefully he's critiquing us tonight.
Does he ever get to come to the games? You should have him come up here and
that's a great idea.
do one of our jobs. My job. He can do my job.
Oh, no, he's the play-by-play guy, so he would have to sit in for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take your job away from you.
Oh, no, well, hey, for that, I would gladly step aside for a game.
But he could do in Spanish.
I would need to ask CC if maybe that can happen.
Yeah.
One game. I think it would be
at least for an inning or so.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun. 3-1 the count to Vasquez.
Still got the promoter in me also.
Well, yeah.
Good pitch there.
Cuts the outside corner. So full up to Vasquez with one out. Leads the Cajuns in runs batted in with. So two gone as Hayden moves up to third base. We talked about Emily Smith in the pregame. What a difference she has made for this team this year. To see Vasquez just pound that one into the turf.
She missed that those games on that big-time road trip that I'm sure Allison Habits will never schedule again.
This pitch on the inside corner. Nice pitch from Vallejo for call strike one.
Emily Smith is a very impressive-looking freshman. We got to have two of the best first basemen in the country right now playing in this game, and they are both freshmen.
Went after one up high and maybe out of the zone, and quickly Smith down, no balls and two strikes.
Yeah, she got her with a rise ball that was out of the zone, and Emily smiling because she knows that, ooh, she got me on that one.
Field at the corners. This one's way up high. Tried to get her fishing again.
Yep, wanted to climb the ladder there, but I think Emily kind of made an adjustment after she swung at the first one, saying, I'm not doing that again.
Coffey and Edwards are both back at the bag.
Oh, she's got some power. I'd play back too.
This one misses outside, not by much.
Yeah, I tried to get her to swing at that curveball off the plate.
Sierra Daniel, the second baseman, will lead off the top of the second inning for the Tigers against Tyra Clary. 20 pitches in the first inning. Gave up a couple walks, but worked around those. Did not give up a hit. Daniel hitting .417 on the year. Couple of homers, 17 runs batted in. Pops this one on the left side, but that'll be foul into the screen just over the top of the Cajun dugout. Chandler, a product of Chandler, Arizona. Came as a freshman last year as the 0-2 just misses outside. It's a ball and two strikes.
It was a battle at second base, and Daniels has kind of taken over. She didn't play that much as a freshman, had some spot duty, but it's pretty much locked in right now at second base.
1-2, again foul over the Louisiana dugout. Look out over there. One ball and two strikes on a beautiful evening.
It is
81 degrees when we started.
Beautiful day in Southwestern from here. I don't think Beth Tarina thought so. Let's see here. I'm thinking the Tiger, that's the second time they've looked at a pitch at their knees. Blue likes them there, so you got to adjust to pitchers, and sometimes you have to adjust to the blue.
Jaden Lanou hitting .369 on the year. No homers, 11 runs batted in. Takes the first pitch strike from Clary.
Leno has made a couple of game-saving catches for the Tigers in left field this year.
Came out of Marietta, Georgia.
Trying to nibble, nibble, nibble.
Every time you talk game-saving catches over at Tiger Park, I keep remembering Maya Davis's catch
yes.
from
Saved
2 years ago.
At one of the best catches I think I've ever seen. How she didn't have a concussion. I mean, she slammed into the outfield fence. Thank God it was padded.
2-1 misses away.
It was almost like a Willie Mays catch over her shoulder, not looking. Well, maybe I'm embellishing a little bit, but it was phenomenal.
On that 15-game road trip they had, in those 15 games, they walked 66 batters.
I may be a school record for the wrong reason.
So Sydney Peterson will stand in, the DP, making just her second start of the year.
You don't see Sydney much. She's been hurt like twice, had redshirted and came back and then pulled a hamstring, so that put her on the shelf for a while. So she had a lot of bad luck.
1 for 3 this year. She has walked 3 times, 1 run batted in. And she has a runner at
so far off the line at third. I think that's why she knows that she has that much range towards second.
Avery Hodge hitting .403, making her 32nd consecutive start. 16 runs batted in the 9 hole. 0-1 misses just outside, and once again a whole lot of umpires wearing red in the stands tonight.
Always. Gotta love it, though. They love their softball. They love their team.
1-1 pitch. That hits the outside corner just above the knees.
You see some smattering of purple in the stands. And for the most part, it is.
Up until the last 2 meetings. And, of course, LSU with a run rule 14-0 win earlier this year at Tiger Park. But other than those 2 games, this series has been really good between these 2 teams.
Well, you have 2 premier softball programs in the country, 60 miles apart. And, you know, everybody in the country in softball knows about the Tigers and definitely knows about the Cajuns.
Sam Rowe leads things off for Louisiana, the bottom of the 2nd inning. Rowe hitting .267, 3 homers, 16 runs batted in. She had the walk-off home run on Friday night.
Of course, Rowe transferred from Florida, so she knows about playing in the SEC against LSU and played against them last year.
Had 60-plus hits and 30-plus RBIs in 103 games with Florida in her first 2 years.
And Vallejo has fallen behind 3-1 here.
And then Rowe hit .320 last year. Vallejo with the 3-1 pitch fouled away. Vallejo threw 21 pitches in the first inning. Against only 4 hitters. Gave up a leadoff hit, but then got 3 outs. And stranded a runner at third base.
I did too, and you gotta have to laugh with the fans, you know, when she hit the ball in the air. Oh, and I thought he was going over the fence, but it wasn't even close.
Actually, an easy play for Rudity out in right field as Lainey Crater will stand in, the designated player. She is the one that the Cajuns would really like to see get rolling this year, only hitting .215 after she hit .331 with 7 homers last year.
I saw her before the game, and I gave her a big hug, and I said, you were pretty happy the other day, wasn't you? I said, maybe this is the start of it.
Had a big 3-run double in the final game of the series against ULM. Check that in the middle game against ULM as the 1-1 is up high.
Leo is working behind a lot.
And you wonder if some of that is just
Yeah,
having not thrown a lot of innings.
Yeah,
this year.
she had thrown a lot of innings. You're correct on that.
Catches
That's a
the
good-looking
outside corner.
screwball there. Cajun fans don't like it, but it's perfectly placed.
15 innings this year. 2.80 ERA, making her third start of the season. Tried to come with the screwball again. It stays outside. She's big time reaction. That's those quick twitch fibers.
Yep, that's why she usually plays third base, and she's got some ups there, and you can't hit it any better, and you can't catch it any better. And Laney has hit the ball hard and doesn't have a lot to show for it.
So 2 gone for Savannah White, Cajun catcher.
And Coffee with the athleticism. Beth Torina talks about how athletic and fast this Tiger team is.
One-0 just misses inside. It's a ball and a strike. White played her whole collegiate career at Campbell University with the Fighting Camels from 2022 to 2025.
Do camels fight? I know they bite.
Well, they do bite. I think they spit on each other.
And they sit on you.
Yeah, they will do that.
It's like a truck stop.
This pitch is down low. She was coaching at Arkansas State Mountain Community College, 30 minutes from her hometown. Throughout the summer, she was only a few days away from players arriving in August when she got a text and then a phone call.
How about you read her resume after this? It'll be pretty cool.
And she obviously she's already got a little coaching background, and she'll get more next year.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to stick around and be a graduate assistant, part-time coach for the Cajuns.
She's a competitor. Look at those eyes. Hanging tough.
3-2 is fouled away again, going full. This is 4 times out of the first 7 Cajun hitters that Vallejo's gone full.
We'll see who wins this little battle here.
Since the opening hit by Hayden, her first time up. No score in this one. 1 hit for the Cajuns, no hits for the Tigers. They have had 3 base runners on walks given up by Tyra Clary, but she's been able to work around that through the first 2 innings. And first pitch up a little high and in, ball 1. Coffee. Her batting average all the way down to 500 now.
I knew it was going to be something that we could joke about.
And you were right, the remarkable figure on her, 33 walks.
I mean, and she's the leadoff hitter, so you know the pitching coach and all those dugouts are like, are you killing me? You're going to walk the leadoff hitter who can steal bases? And
taps that one foul. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike, and that's in just 31 games.
yeah.
So she is getting more than a walk per game, and also doesn't strike out at the top of the order. Only 5 strikeouts all year in now 85 at-bats and almost 120 plate appearances.
She's a 5th-year senior, and she's truly having the best year of her career and has become a true leader of this Tiger team.
2-1 pitch is in on the inside corner at the knees.
Clary's making some big pitches.
And she's getting that low strike. Well, both pitchers are so far. Johnny Paz has that low strike zone.
And that'll keep the ball in the ballpark.
Because Kayla Falterman out for an undetermined time, and I know the Cajuns will love to get her back pretty soon, considering the meat of Sun Belt Conference play is coming up quickly.
Well, you got Deja Williams out there that can cover some ground.
Jayla Lassiter drew a walk her first time up. Takes the first pitch, misses ball 1, and Savannah White's going to go out and have a quick conversation with Tyra Clary. Only 4 of the first 10 hitters have put it in play between the walks and the 3 strikeouts that Clary has recorded.
You know, those walks kind of mess with timing and kind of getting adjusted to Blue's zone, too. A couple of hitters have maybe not thought it was called strike 3. So they'll have to learn that, as you pointed out.
There's 11 hits, 14 runs in that first meeting up at Tiger Park just 2 weeks ago tonight. Louisiana also had 3 errors in that game, and pitchers walked 7 batters.
Pretty hard to win. 3 errors, 7 walks.
Macy Bergeron fouls away the first pitch, strike 1. Struck out looking her first time up.
And Clary probably has the best changeup on the Cajun staff. And she's using it very effectively so far.
Bergeron, the product of Notre Dame High School in Crowley, came out of rain as this one's up high.
And changeups against a best, very aggressive, good hitting team is, I believe, the best pitch you can throw. Keep them off balance. That's what hitting is about. Raging Cajuns. Pat Murphy and I are with Patty Gasso at Venice Beach in California, and we found those shirts for $8. We had them monogrammed.
Mia Lascano takes a ball and then fouls this pitch.
How about
away.
those two names, Patty Gasso and Patrick Murphy?
Now, was that when was Patty still coaching in the West Coast then?
Yes, she was at Long Beach City College,
before
and we were really good
Oklahoma.
friends.
0-2 the count to Lascano as this pitch is up high and tight. Lascano hitting .295 this year, hitting in the number 8 spot tonight as the lead runner on base.
Yeah, and the Slappers like what they're seeing from Vallejo. You get that ball up in the Slappers' eyes and it's not moving through the zone. It's the best pitch for them to hit. And she does a good job of staying on that pitch and going with it.
That'll bring up Aaron Ardwin. And you've got 2 teammates from last year pitching and hitting. McNeese played the 3 seasons there up to 2024.
I'd probably say she knows what Vallejo has.
But Vallejo probably knows what Ardwin likes. Sacrifice number 43 on the year for Louisiana, the second category that they lead the country in.
Old school, love it. What are we looking at?
Plate umpire Johnny Paz was over toward the LSU dugout and now talking to Lacey Prejean, the Cajun assistant coach, who also, of course, has SEC connections, played at Alabama.
Okay, so we got the runner back at first. What's going on?
I wonder if they're saying she was out of the box when she put the bunt down. Lascano is back at first base.
Can we see this? I don't know if we can see the replay of this. Lacey Prejean's not happy with the call. Tori Edwards looks like she doesn't know what's going on at first.
But it's Aaron Ardwin's back at the plate.
Foul ball?
That's the only thing I can think of. So the pop-up into a double play. The Tigers turning their 9th double play of the year. Quickly, there are 2 outs from Maddie Hayden, who had a base hit to lead off the bottom of the first inning.
I'm not sure what the runners are seeing because the ball's in front of them. But that's the second or third game where we've seen that base runners have made some really bad mistakes.
The 1-0 catches the outside corner, and it's a ball and a strike. Goes that double play.
Yep.
That will likely be a base hit for Williams. And it is scored as a base hit, moving Hayden over to third base. Cajuns' 3rd hit of the ball game.
Daniels diving kind of caused that ball to go to right field, but it was true hustle on Daniels' part, and she almost made a play. But now the Cajuns have runners on first and third.
Cecilia Vasquez grounded out her first time up. Leads Louisiana in RBIs this year. Beth Torina on her way to the circle. A quick conversation with Vallejo.
Let's see, who's the runner at first? Deja Williams, and third.
Hayden at third. You've got good speed both places.
I think she's going to try a first and third.
Wouldn't be a big surprise if they tried the double steal here.
Yep.
To try to get an early run.
And if not, just to try to throw the run.
And I'm sure that's one of the situations that's being talked over. Both these teams will be back in conference play this weekend. Louisiana will travel to Conway, South Carolina for a 3-game set with Coastal Carolina. And speaking of Carolina, the Tigers will be back at home. They will take on South Carolina.
That is so funny. I mean, LSU baseball is playing Cajun Louisiana baseball, and then they're playing 2 Carolina teams this weekend.
And speaking of that baseball game in Baton Rouge, Louisiana scored a run in the top of the first. They lead that one early 1-0. As a nice pitch this time from Vallejo. Cuts the plate right at the knees. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That one just fouled away. Hayden was going to try to score just to make sure, but it did come off the bat. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Get a look at it there. Yep, it did change direction. This one misses away. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vasquez hitting .368 this year with runners in scoring position. And she has Hayden at third base. This one's popped up, but it'll get out of play, back up into the screen and over the roof area. Count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vasquez has been the team's RBI leader almost since the start of the year. But her average has slipped a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Although she's still driving in runs, and I guess that's the important thing, is that 2-2 is outside.
I've been wrong about the first and third. Well.
And if you are the Cajun coaching staff and you want the bases loaded, who would you like to have at the plate? Emily Smith this year, 7 home runs.
And as the pitching coach, you wanted that previous out.
2 homers over the weekend against ULM. And this pitch a little up and away as Smith's able to hold up.
I don't know if we can see the Tiger bullpen to see if they have anybody up and throwing. I certainly can't see it.
Hard to see behind that fence area. 1-0 pitch, fouled back. Smith had a pretty good cut at it. It's 1-1.
Where is it? Behind the scoreboard?
Right behind the scoreboard.
Still.
Tigers have options there. 4 pitchers with sub-2 ERAs available. 1-1 pitch. Change catches the outside corner. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Smith. It's Vallejo getting the sign from the dugout.
Yeah, I was going to say she better take a time here. She had to have been running out. So we have no clock here, right?
Not a visible clock, but it's being kept by the
third base umpire.
I think the third base umpire. 1-2 pitch is up high. Smith had a big weekend in the series against ULM. She was 6 for 8. Coming to the home plate umpire, I think we're going to have a change in the circle here in the 3rd inning. Vallejo was cruising through the first couple, but 3 hits, a walk, and an error have accounted for 3 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pitching change as Jaden Heebner will come in. Cajuns are very familiar with with her, had a great outing 2 weeks ago against the Cajuns.
She did, just a freshman. She's been pretty impressive. She has a ton of movement on her pitches, Dan. Her best pitch is her curveball. And unique fact is that she's the first left-hander since 1997 for the Tigers. Threw the first perfect game as a freshman in Tiger history. Of course, we had the Cajuns had a really good lefty, and Cheryl Lajoie.
Yes, All-American, pitched you to the World Series. Samro takes the 1-1 outside. Heavner threw the complete 5-inning game 2 weeks ago at Tiger Park. Only gave up 1 hit. She did walk 4, but she struck out 6.
But she had so much support in that first inning. The Tigers came out and just exploded on the Cajuns, so she was just free to throw.
2-1 is fouled away. Smith at second base after the 3-run double. Two to Rowe, fouled away again. Count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rowe, a senior from Destin. All Sun Belt second team last year. Gets the RBI single, and Louisiana leads it 4-0 as Smith scores from second base. Laney Crater lined out hard to the third baseman Coffey. That's what I was looking at. Already looking at the next hitter. And swings and misses at this one. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
Of course, the Tigers had Briggs in the center field for 4 years. She was just incredible.
Did not miss by much. Sierra Briggs, now part of the
coaching staff.
Tiger coaching staff. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Allison Habits, Cajun head coach, with a conversation with Laney Crater. And you can, if you look at the roster, you see Crater's hometown listed as Old Mines, Missouri. You might ask how a Crater winds up there. She does have grandparents that still live in the Carencro area.
And I think they're here at every game, right below our broadcast.
Exactly.
I see some people with Crater on their
They're sitting
shirts
down there right now. The 1-2 pitch. This is low and in. Coffey made a big-time stab on her line drive back in the second inning. This one's fouled back into the screen. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rowe at first base.
And all the runs scored were with 2 outs, correct?
They had the double play to start the inning.
Yep.
But since then, an error, a hit, a walk, and then Smith cleared the bases as this one's nubbed over toward the Cajun dugout. Count stays 2-2.
Cajuns now have 5 hits. The Tigers have 0.
This is after the Tigers out-hit the Cajuns 11-1 just 2 weeks ago.
Every game has a life of its own. Every game. You play 56 games. There's a lot of things that can happen in 56 games.
The Tiger lineup. We mentioned baseball just a moment ago. Cajuns got 1 in the top of the first, but the Tigers have exploded in baseball. They now lead Louisiana 9-1. They still playing in the first inning.
It's just so weird that both teams are playing tonight. I don't think it's ever happened in the history.
Probably not. Tori Edwards leads things off for the Tigers. Walked her first time up. Takes a first pitch outside and low from Tyra Clary, who's thrown 46 pitches through the first 3. She's given up 3 walks. Is yet to give up a hit. And she's now retired the last 4 she faced after an up and down third. The 2-0.
Clary's done a real outstanding job of LSU team. So far, not much firecracker.
No chance to get Edwards.
Somebody let me know if, are they asking if she left early? What's going on?
Everybody's writing something down.
I know, and
so
the umpire said.
And no, she didn't.
No. But he put his hands up, he did something, and he wrote something. It's a lot of somethings.
And not much explanation.
No. Don't worry about us, guys.
Yeah, we're good. Rudity flied out her first time up, takes the first pitch where the 1-0 is up and tight. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. And Clary now has missed with 6 in a row.
Aggressive running by Edwards. You know that the Cajuns have had a North Carolina person on the ball, needs to go to the cutoff, and now you got runners, 2 runners in scoring position.
Shelby Sinceri, former Tiger standout, who is out talking to her pitcher now, took over as the Cajuns pitching coach when Allison Habits took over as head coach.
And man, could Shelby Sinceri hit the ball. Rudity was quick of feet to get back.
Good call by Jared Arrington, third base umpire.
Yeah, I thought she was hung up.
So 1 run in, runners at second and third, still nobody out here in the 4th. And Jaden Leno, who walked her first time up. Fouls the first pitch back, just got a piece of it. Leno with 11 runs batted in and in a prime RBI spot here. Looks like that is a 4-3 game.
Teams are trading errors here.
And fastball just misses inside, ball 1. Shot, but instead Leno has her 5th stolen base in 5 tries this year.
And remember, Beth Torina has said this is the most athletic, fastest team in her regime as the LSU coach.
3 steals already tonight.
And the Tigers don't really run that much.
Breaking ball is in for call strike. And the derisive cheer from the fans.
Yeah, I think the Cajun fans think the zone had gotten a little tight for them.
45 steals now for LSU this year. And this pitch cuts the plate at the knees.
And that's a little low, but he likes them low. So
pitchers and hitters both have to adjust.
that's right.
Clary began her college career at Nevada. So Leno has to stay at second base. On the flip from Clary to Smith.
And she has the wherewithal to check the runner at second.
Avery Hodge struck out her first time up. Went down swinging to end the 2nd inning. And this pitch is on the inside corner.
Avery Hodge, a 2-time national champion at Oklahoma.
Now a conference rival, although the Tigers don't play Oklahoma
Nope, they
this
don't
year.
play each other. I hate that. I hate that, you know, conference schools don't play each other, because to me it's not a true conference winner if you don't play everybody.
Conferences have gotten so big.
I know.
Really next to impossible to play everybody.
That, and it's next to impossible to remember which team it's in which conference.
1-1 just misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, you could do it. You just would be playing more conference games than out of conference. Take away some of those.
2-1 is up a little high. I guess. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Good effort by Deja Williams, but she'd have had to have been standing, I think, at the fence to make that play. Get a run. Allison Habits, I think, is kind of having a little conversation about the strike zone. Yeah, you can't argue balls and strikes, but we all kind of let them know.
You can discuss it a little.
We kind of let them know. You know, how's the weather? And the strike zone is terrible.
Might be also buying a little time for. I can't see the Cajun bullpen from
I'm going to have to ask Allison if she can speak French. I never thought of that, to go up there and, you know, let him know what you think in French. Then he doesn't know that you're being derogatory. Unless he knows
I don't know,
French.
some of these guys probably
Unless
do.
Unless he knows French.
I'd be willing to bet that Mike Thibodeau over at first base.
Yeah, Thibodeau.
He knows a little bit,
you know,
just going by the name.
The generations, they've lost the language.
Change into Danica Coffey. Nice comeback pitch by Clary for strike 1. Coffey flied out to left in the first, flied out to right in the third. Hit both of them pretty well. 0-1 pitch. That's on the inside corner.
And she's 0 for 2 tonight.
It's in the Tiger lineup.
It's not very often you see 0 for 2.
Here comes the 0-2. Missed that one inside. I do need to correct myself on one thing. I said Clary. She didn't play her entire career at Nevada. She actually played 1 year at San Diego coming out of high school before she went to Nevada, where she had a solid career.
West Coast, let's try the South.
1-2 pitch. That's up high. 240 plus innings and 80 plus appearances in her 3 years with the Wolfpack. For Hebner.
Number 0, Mia Lascano.
Backdoor curve.
Mia Lascano had a base hit her first time up. It was part of that double play at first base. The Cajuns got 2 quick outs in the third and then proceeded to score 4 runs.
Little help with the Cajun errors.
1-0 is on the inside half, right at the belts. 1 ball and 1 strike. And this one hit her. First hit batsman of the game. Hebner's now hit 12 batters this year.
As I said, the
Now batting for the Cajuns, number 4, Erin Ardoin.
So Lascano at first base and Erin Ardoin will stand in. Popped into that double play, trying to get a bunt down. First pitch fastball is in for call strike 1. 65 miles an hour is now I've picked up the speed gun out in the outfield. And quickly, Hebner out front, no balls, 2 strikes. Ardoin's the 0-2 back. Ardoin, a member of that McNeese team that made the NCAA regional finals 2 straight years, 2022 and 2023.
A game away from a super regional. And that super regional could have been right here in Cajun Park. I have trouble saying Yvette Gerard Field. Lamson Park.
1-2 pitch misses up and away. Erin's dad things off for The Tigers in the top of the 5th against Mallory Wheeler, who got the last out in the 5th, coming on in relief. On for her first full inning of work. Only threw 2 pitches to get out of that inning. Rudity, 1 for 2, flied out in the 1st, had an RBI double, and came around to score in the 4th. So she's got her average up to 337.
She's been a fixture in left field ever since she's gotten to LSU.
The 2-0 just misses outside. And now it's 3 balls and no strikes. Fastball cuts the heart this time.
To right field. That's just a can of corn from Maddie Hayden, the way she moves.
So 1 gone. Rudity has to go back to first, and Jane Leno, officially 0 for 1, walked in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th, but did pick up an RBI on that plate appearance.
Of course, there's a lefty up, but I'm always amazed at how far off the line Sam Rowe plays.
One-0 to Lanu. Fastball cuts the plate in half this time. Both of these teams still have some non-conference games left after tonight. In fact, both teams have 3 more. LSU will play at McNeese, and they'll host Louisiana Tech and McNeese in non-conference games. Cajuns will play a home-and-home with Louisiana Tech, and then they will play Texas A&M. That'll be on the way to a conference series at Texas State. So why not, when you're going to a conference series, why not just stop and play the 6th-ranked team in the country on your way there?
Let's see where this pitch is. I can't see the plate. That's one thing.
It did miss outside. O has her first hit. Rudiday has to stop at second base. That was hit pretty hard and right at Hayden. So runners at first and second with 1 out.
Did we get a warning on the Cajun dugout? Because we got umpires over there. That.
Everybody's writing something down again. And Lacey Prejean's pretty hot.
She may have been ejected.
And she's getting escorted out, and now she's going to get her money's worth.
Yeah, might as well.
Cajun assistant coach is...
Might as well get your money's worth. That will fire up the crowd. Getting notification that Ardwan's dad did indeed go to McNeese.
I do know that all 3 of her brothers played college baseball. In fact, her brother Sam is now part of the Raging Cajun squad after playing his first year at Texas. Drew played at Lamar. Silas also played at Texas. And Allison Habits is still shaking her head after that exchange, and umpires are still writing things down. I'm not certain either coach is very happy with the strike zone tonight. And now Johnny Paz is going to hear it the rest of the night.
Well, you know, as I said, the rule is that coaches can't complain about balls and strikes, but, you know, from T-ball on, well, no, T-ball, I guess there's no balls and strikes, but the next one.
Yeah. And really, you can't complain about coach pitch because...
Good one, Dan. What's going on?
Everybody's still having conversations.
There's no batter in the batter's box. What is going on? They just called a strike on LSU, I think.
Sydney Peterson is the scheduled hitter
Was there a strike called on her?
Well, now we have a pinch hitter. Now, Peterson was at the plate just a minute ago. She got called back, apparently. And Michaela Walker is in the box to pinch hit, and now Beth Torina is into it with head coach Johnny Paz.
I have a feeling it was delay a game, and they called a strike on the LSU hitter. And, you know, we had a softball game. Now we might have a WWE contest. Let's hope not.
Walker making her 20th appearance, hitting 200 this year, 8 out of 40. She's got 1 homer and 11 runs batted in. And she will pinch hit in the DP spot. 0-2 count on the board. Now it's 0-2. So they did pick up the strike on the delay of game. This pitch down low and away, nicely blocked by White. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, it's been an eventful inning for one that you've only had a walk, a fly ball, and a base hit.
Yeah, you had all the.
I'm sure she's probably not enamored with the strike zone tonight either. But
it's a tough job.
Somebody has to settle a pitcher down, regardless of the surroundings.
It's a tough job for a pitching coach when pitchers can't locate the zone. At some point, it's like, what do I call for a strike?
Rudiday scored on the walk.
Plus, Thump looks like maybe he's a little tight. He does like them low.
So, Leno at third, Walker the pinch hitter at second, Hodge at first. And back to the top of the order to Danica Coffey, who's 0 for 3 tonight. 2 fly balls and a ground ball out. She's got 28 runs batted in out of the leadoff spot. Prime RBI position here, but this time Wheeler gets the first pitch strike. Pitching infield still drawn in tight. That one's low and away. Another nice pick by White. That one's down low, and it's 2-1. Wheeler got the win in the Saturday game in the series against ULM. 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, only 1 earned run, did not walk anybody. Struck out 4 in that one. But now behind 3 balls and 1 strike and in danger of walking in another run. She's already walked 2 and hit 1 in this inning. Gone for Macy Bergeron. Had an RBI single her last time. This is outside with the first offering to Bergeron, who's now at 447 on the year.
I don't know if we can get a shot of Noble on the next pitch. Man, she just really hangs that throwing arm and dangles it. And her unique routine. Watch this, Dan. It's got it going, like keeping it warm. Look at that. Look at that. Swinging,
moves.
swinging, swinging.
The 2-0 from Noble. That's down low, ball 3. And now she's in danger of walking in a run.
And her key is to spin the ball. She's not going to throw it by anybody.
3 walks and a hit batsman already this inning. Only 1 hit. 3-0 pitches in for call strike 1.
There goes that arm again.
Bergeron hitting 800 with the bases loaded this year. That's 4 for 5 maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
This pitch on the outside corner, now we're full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Did she strike out looking earlier? I believe she did, huh?
Bergeron, no.
No?
Yes, she did in the first inning.
First inning, that's what I thought.
The 3-2 pitch. The 2 outs. Here comes the merry-go-round.
Now, did she ask for time? See, that would be a 20-second delay, but that's what Tarina's asking down at.
He pointed at first base.
He said, oh, did they ask if she touched first? Yeah, we see it right here.
Yeah, that's a good look. You
Yeah,
see the ball in the
shot.
glove, and
that's a great shot.
The foot trying to come in. But our umpire definitely said to call it first base.
Did they think she missed first?
Apparently so. I don't know.
I mean, that's the only thing you could be questioning.
As it stands, 3-run double for Bergeron. It's an 11-4 game. And she's at second base, still with 2 outs.
You know, and that's Emily Smith's job. You always have a job on the field, even if you're not involved. Emily Smith needs to make sure every base runner is touching that base.
Tori Edwards 0 for 1. She's walked twice, flied out to center field her last time up. The 1-0 misses outside from Noble. Noble got the loss in the Sunday game against ULM, gave up 4 runs in that one. See, 2-0 is fouled back. Of course, Louisiana's pitching staff really depleted all season long with the injury inability, unable to play both Lexi Delbury, the transfer from Florida, and Sage Hoover, the transfer from Texas Tech, both of whom are going to be counted on a lot as far as this pitching staff, as the 2-1 catches the plate at the knees, and it's even at 2-2. And Allison Havett sure doesn't like it. Oh, no.
I think that might be one of the hardest calls for Blue, but I didn't think she offered. But you don't have to offer much these days.
Third strikeout for Huebner.
Is it because Blue on the right side is between first and third?
He still has a better look than the third base umpire.
No, usually it's just the lefty down there that you ask for.
Sam Rowe 1 for 2, had an RBI single her last time up. The 1-1 pitch, that one's up high. You know, we had so many, you and I did the 3 games this weekend the Cajuns played against ULM, and we had so many check swings, and none of them were called strikes, including a lot that were probably closer to going around than that. It's just the individual umpires as the 2-1's fouled away.
Yeah, I didn't see that call coming.
Rowe at 273 on the year, but also had a big weekend. She was hitting .500 in conference play this year, as this one skied foul again down past the Tiger dugout, down past Shelley Landry, who's taken over coaching duties at first base, Cajuns hitting coach.
Greatest Brad Kemp photos ever. We had the Women's College World Series. Allison's playing first base, and she's running down the first base line to make a foul ball catch over her shoulder with her back to the field, and she's just sprawled on the gravel.
Sierra Daniel fouls the first pitch away. Bethany Noble, she's given up 1 hit, but got the last 2 batters she faced. 17 pitches so far. Daniel 1 for 3, struck out, singled and scored, and flied out. That pitch is on the outside corner, with again getting that low strike, and it's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. This one skied foul to get out of play.
Make sure to stop by the marketing table to turn in that foul ball for Cajun softball, courtesy of Go Media.
2 gone here in the 6th. And Jaden Leno, who's been on base all 3 times tonight, will take the first pitch, strike 1 from Bethany Noble. Leno walked, reached on an error, got an RBI on that one, and singled and scored 1 inning ago. This pitch fouled away, and quickly Noble out front, no balls and 2 strikes. And the Cajuns will have a pinch hitter for Aaron Ardwan. That's going to be Gabby Stutes, the hometown product from St. Thomas More High School. And we're talking about fathers. Her dad, Lance, played on the Cajuns College World Series baseball team back in 2000. Stutes hitting .333 on the year. She's made 10 starts this year. She's appeared in, now this is her 26th game. As this pitch is inside, ball 1. So Huebner's now missed with 4 in a row. Stutes had a single in her last at bat. That was in the Sunday game against ULM.
You get a little water bug up there.
And the 1-0 is down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. And Beth Torino on her way. Two 2-0 to Stutes, and this one is on the inside corner, right at the knees. Call strike 1. The 2-1 misses up high. Wasn't that high, but
he doesn't like them.
3-1 pitch is fouled away. He needs to talk maybe to Lori Petty. She liked the high ones. So now 2 gone for Maddie Hayden. 1 for 3 tonight. Singled in the first, reached on an error, and scored in the third. Grounded back to the box last time up.
Feels like a baseball game, Dan. Start at 6 o'clock.
Well, we have been playing over 2 hours and 20 minutes, so. The 0-1 to Hayden is inside, and it's a ball and a strike. All the runs in this game scoring in 3 half innings. As the 1-1 cuts the plate in half.
Maddie Hayden.
This is the only game of the night involving a Sun Belt Conference team, as this one's way inside. And now it's 2-2.
The Hayden sisters will leave their mark in the record book for the Cajuns.
The only other game scheduled, Marshall was supposed to host. Second strikeout for Bethany Noble, who's come in, actually done a pretty good job.
Has, I was just about to say. She came in with the bases loaded and gave up a big hit, but it's tough to come in with the bases loaded and be perfect.
Since then, she has retired 5 of the 6 that she's faced as we go back to the top of the order. And Danica Coffey officially 0 for 3. She walked and scored her last time up. So with that 0 for 3, her batting average is all the way down, just plummeting. She's only at .489 now.
She might have one game where she didn't get a base hit, if I remember right.
This one's fouled away. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Noble with the look. Here comes the 0-2, low and away. Chance for the Cajuns. Tigers lead at 11-4.
Buffalo Wild Wings, 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks for $19.99? Deal that good makes me glad I brought a date.
Wow, B-Dubs pick 6 for $19.99? You sure know your way to a girl's heart.
Not yet. What's that?
Just streaming the game.
Innovation changes everything.
What about now?
1 ETF, 100 innovators rethinking the world. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Select owners can lease the GP70 for $459 per month or get 2.99% APR exclusively at your Valley Genesis retailers.
Louisiana will head back to Sunbelt Conference play this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday they'll be in Conway, South Carolina to take on Coastal Carolina. All 3 of those games will be on ESPN+. Then they'll come back home for one quick game the following Wednesday. Yvette and I will have that one on Wednesday, April the 2nd against Louisiana Tech, and then it's back on the road for another road conference series. The Cajuns will travel to take on the Troy Trojans. Those 3 will also air on ESPN+. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 2, 3, and 4 in the Cajun lineup as Jaden Heavner tries to close this one out. As Deja Williams stands in. She's 2 for 3 tonight. Had a bunt single her last time up.
And that's kind of what the Cajuns did the first time against Heavner, which they've done a little bit better job tonight, swinging at that ball out of the zone.
This one's up and away. I mentioned no games in the Sunbelt tonight other than this one. As this pitch misses outside. Other action in the SEC, South Carolina defeated Clemson in a battle of top 25 ranked teams. South Carolina won that one 6-0. Stanford beat Kentucky pretty good 9-1 in Lexington. As Williams takes this in for a call strike. Texas A&M 10-0 over Sam Houston in College Station, and Texas 11-3 over Stephen F. Austin. Those games also all finished. The change flies a little high. And now it's full to Williams, 3 balls and 2 strikes.